there are some people that are still falling for the okie doke. So this is in response to the lost. We did a video. We did it. We talked about this on stream. We talked about this on in a segment, as well as the show. I can't remember what episode, but we talked about how the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health could not provide the data that showed that their crackdown on outdoor dining like had any sort of support in terms of evidence. They were unable to provide it. Basically, they just said because fucking reasons. And there was this person that posted this. I'm going to read it out to you, of course, for my viewers or my listeners who are listening to the podcast at forcannonsake.com or wherever they listen to their podcast. Can you all just shut up for 4 weeks? All of you. That's the problem. Each person thinks they have their rights, so it messes this all up. Now, I don't want to get into all the other shit because that's obviously not all the other shit. That statement was a dumbass statement. So let's just skip it. Just stay home until Christmas. Then we might all get a Christmas. We are trying not to give a virus a home to keep spreading. Please try. So I cannot believe how anybody can still have that belief that anything that happens today, next week, if there's a promise by way of a government official that we just do it for this short period of time. I cannot believe that people are still believing that. How many it's just whatever have we gone through? 15 days to slow the spread. It's just that. It's just a mask. It's just a couple of weeks, a few weeks. You had one stupid Biden advisor was talking about that we may need to shut down for 46 weeks again. Like, what makes you think that in the event that they do something for a short period of time, we're going to come on the other side of this returning to some sort of normalcy? What makes you think that? And it goes to show how gullible a lot of people are. Like, I'd hope, if anything, that the pandemic, or rather the government's response, really no matter where you're at in the world, unless it's Sweden, I guess, that you would look at this and you would question everything, because they have not only been wrong more times than we can account. The initial models were wrong. They were wrong basically every chance they got. They were incorrect. But not only that, they've lied. We've done several segments talking about the art of the bait and switch, in which, this is what I call it, they say that we're going to do something, and generally it's presented as if it's temporary. And the idea is that if we do this for a temporary amount of time, then we can return back to what some people consider as normalcy, because we're going on 8-9 months where we have not had that. Where believe it or not, back in my day, you could be around people without folks having diapers on their face. That was a thing that people once did. And folks act like we will return to some sort of normalcy if we just wait for something. 15 days to slow the spread. It's just a mask. And then we can reopen. Then you got lockdowns and you got masks. And it's been happening over the extended period of time. And now we're entering, in some areas, a second lockdown. Which means, I want you to understand what this means, is that it didn't work the first time, and it's completely arbitrary. As in, they are literally reaching down their butthole and pulling it out. And they expect everybody to comply and listen to them. And there are stupid folks that are part of the citizenry that actually still believe them even after all of the lies. Which that speaks to a cultural problem. But it goes to show how people play right into the hands of God. I mean, I wish you guys could just see, like, tap into my brain and my thought process going into March. Because obviously you guys can go watch all of those videos that I did, all those early streams. In which I basically, everything that I said was going to happen, happened. Like everything. And the can got kicked down the road time and time again. And now we're on to the point of like no return. And people are complacent because that's how it works. This is why I continue to say that it is most important to remain principled in difficult times, because those are the times that you're vulnerable, or rather the shark, aka the state, smells blood, and all of these weirdos start to position themselves as heroes, and they mask their authoritarianism with these fraud humanitarian efforts. But I just cannot fathom how someone, I guess I can, I mean, it's hard to imagine being that stupid to where you, even after seeing all of this, even after all the lies, all the experts being completely incorrect, all of the methods that they implemented that just did not work, and you still, you look at anything that they say or suggest and say it's just temporary. Just do it for this period of time and we'll get on the other side of this. No. That is not how it works. That is not how it has ever worked. And if you were not an idiot, you would have saw this coming. But I was hoping that a lot of folks got peeled in the sense that they would say, look, man, and there have been people, a lot of conservatives talk about this with the whole police thing. A lot of conservatives are starting to reanalyze, which I love seeing. A lot of conservatives are starting to reanalyze their position on support of the police officers of Back to Blue, because they seeing how they fucking acting up throughout this whole instance. But there's still a lot of people that have not been able to grasp this idea that the people that they put in trust this power are evil sons of bitches that will do virtually everything to maintain control, no matter if it's not rooted in data, science, or anything that they claim to be following. I don't know what it's going to take for these guys to get it, but nobody gets to say it's just 4 weeks. It's just a mass. Just do this for this temporary amount of time, because we have not seen anything that suggests that we would ever return to some sense of normalcy if we just listen to what you did. And really, this isn't optional for the most part. You have no problem sending the state to go whoop somebody's ass.